Hello. Hi from Munich, Munich Business School in Germany. It's July 2019. I'm at the end of our workshop, so I'm meeting Mahwesh Khan from Pakistan. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So, for our viewers, do you mind explaining about yourself, your background, and what you're doing at the moment?
Yes, so I'm Mahwesh Khan. I currently am working for IMD in Switzerland. IMD is a business school on the shores of Lake Leman in a city called Lausanne in Switzerland. And I've been working with them since February this year. In terms of my background, I do come from Pakistan. I moved to Switzerland about 3 years ago. Before that, I was working in Pakistan for almost 10 years.
What did you do in Pakistan?
I was working for the investment arm of the World Bank called International Finance Corporation as a corporate governance officer. You asked me about my academic background.
Yes.
I've done my undergrad also from Pakistan, Lausanne Business School, and then I moved on to study in the UK at Cambridge at the Judge Business School, and I did my MPhil in management there.
Okay, great. So some questions you already answered, but I want to kind of probe into those questions. Particularly, like for example, I have been like a fan of IMD for a long time, because when I studied at LUM, so we had this case collection of different business schools in the world who are following exclusive case method teaching, along with Harvard Business School. So, and then later I found IMD is very high rank in global ranking. So your experience in IMD and something about IMD way of business.
So IMD is very unique in the sense that it really focuses on real world learning, and a case study method is part of that philosophy as well. We are a business school that offer MBA programs, full-time 1-year MBA program, as well as executive MBA programs. And our thrust is also on executive learning. So we have throughout the year several open programs that senior executives or middle managers, top managers from companies could attend. And we of course also provide customized programs for companies that are interested in our highly qualified international repute faculty to help them with their very specific company problems.
So, and also I know that IMD is like, they call it the most internationalized business school. I don't know, more than 70% people are from outside.
Oh yes.
And also, I think Nestle has a very strong kind of presence there.
Yes, we work very closely with some large corporations, Nestle being one of them. And in terms of the internationalness, I think I might have my numbers wrong, but in an MBA class of 90 students, for example, there are people from over 44 countries already. So that's really remarkable, and that is what enriches the whole experience of not only studying at IMD but also working at IMD, because we have almost the same ratio for the staff.
Yeah, so Mahwesh, now actually I as you know, I lived in Pakistan. I work with a lot of Pakistanis in Pakistan or in South Asia and also other places. But I have not come across many people like you who had a background, first degree in Pakistan, then went to Cambridge and that business school, now in IMD. Definitely you are like a smart kid when you were young, for example, with all these achievements. But now one of my motivation for having these interviews actually inspire young guys like you from South Asia, particularly like female girls from Pakistan. We have a lot of achievements from Malacca to a lot of people, Malala, so successful Pakistani women. But I want to give some kind of, for example, learning from you. Of course, not many will be able to achieve like you, but some common ideas, some experience you had of having such a long.
I think it's good to dream big and to really work consistently. I think it's one thing to work hard, but to kind of work hard consistently and imagine, you know, your success to be a marathon and not just a sprint.
Okay.
I think for me that was the key. Getting a good support network, whether it's in terms of, you know, as a student, your faculty members, or within your family, friends. I think that network around you is really important. For me, I would attribute a lot of the push or implanting ideas into my mind. I would attribute it to the network and the people I had around me. A family or outside family, people your bosses at work, your subordinates, your peers. So I think leveraging that network around you really helps. It helps you develop ideas for your own self and where you want to be and what you want to do. So that's one thing. There's no substitute for hard work. Absolutely, there are no shortcuts. And I think what we kind of undervalue as South Asians is the depth and the richness of our own experiences. I think when we bring those local experiences, whether it's in our academics or in our professional work environment, when we bring that to a bigger international canvas, I think it's a very, very rich combination. And to be able to sell that, I think it's an important sell.
Okay, so now sorry to disturb, but on the way, but this was a new idea came to my mind because now, of course, South Asia has a lot of, let's say, female who are like having this kind of social inertia, and also I know in Sri Lanka, also based on my Pakistan experience, Muslim women, for example, there are a lot of other issues, and also there are now at the moment in Sri Lanka we have problem with the hijab and these how they call it, other one hijab and not hijab, the full burqa, yeah. So there's a cultural ban also in that. So then there's anti-Islamic sentiments among, of course, in Europe also. So did you feel any kind of a discrimination being a Muslim, or particularly being a Muslim woman in West, for example, of your achieving your targets? Or was it a help, for example?
I think again, I understand where your question is coming from, and probably in our societies, our culture, it's a very big social thing, which religion, which background, which culture. What I found in the Western society is that it's a very personal choice, and nobody really interferes with that. So to answer your question, no, I did not feel discriminated against. But then again, I don't like to hold very extreme views either for or against. So for me, it's always about a choice that is mine. Whether I'm in Pakistan or I'm in Switzerland, that choice is it's very consistent. I don't become a different person when I'm in Pakistan or in Switzerland. And I think you have to be very strong with your values. I don't, for example, I don't drink. A lot of our social events are around drinking. I don't mind going to those events. I don't mind that my friends drink. I try to be a good social company. It doesn't matter whether I have a glass of wine in my hand or orange juice. So to frown upon such social events would be bad, but then to give up on my own religious or cultural values for that would also not be true to who I am. So I think you need to be very strong within yourselves. You need to know what you will do and what you won't. And if you're strong, I don't think anyone.
So this is a very good kind of a model. For example, you don't give up what you have, but also you don't keep away from where you go. Okay, so now maybe next question is related to that. Now, based on my experience, so for example, we live in South Asia, originally from South Asia, then we like to go to English-speaking developed world like UK, US or Australia. But then also when you move to Germany or France or Switzerland, then you have to relearn new ways of life. So what is your experience on that?
I think you have to move out with a very open mind. I think you should look at everything like an adventure. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I think in 9 out of 10 cases, somehow it works out. And when I came to Switzerland in 2016, I just knew one word of French, which was bonjour, hi, or maybe two, and merci, which is thank you. And yes, I was scared about not only myself, but I was moving here with three daughters of mine as well.
How old are they?
they're currently 12, 10 and 5. When I moved 3 years ago, they were 3 years younger. So it was mentally, a challenge, but my family and I, we approached it as an adventure. We wanted to go learn a new language.
Do they go to international school or French school?
They did for 2 years to the international school, but now they're more in the public school, and within 6 months they've learned French. I'm not very good at it.
Okay.
So they're still sitting around the dinner table, and if they have to complain about me in front of me, they speak to each other in French, which I like, but I'm also a bit jealous, but I'll learn it too. So I think embracing getting out of your comfort zone, embracing new challenges. I think a lot of our restrictions upon ourselves are self-imposed. Oh, I'm married, I can't do something. Oh, maybe my husband won't support. Maybe the wider family won't support. And so we don't even ask the question. I think it's important to raise your hand and just ask the question and imagine and then show to your children or your parents or your husband, whatever, that yes, you can do it without, the social side or the family side of your life suffering. It's a lot of hard work. I joke with my friends that when I go to bed every night, I sleep like the bricklayer who is constructing a building in Pakistan would sleep. I'm so tired, but it's fun as well. You just get one life. So what's the point of sitting in your comfort zone and not taking those risks and, not living it big?
Okay, so actually I originally wanted to have this into focus on the, this workshop and your experience, but I think it was more interesting to talk about your life experience as well as your way of looking at the world and things around you. So that's really interesting. So finally, very briefly, your overall experience about the case writing workshop here in Munich.
As I mentioned at the start of my interview, I'm still new in my job at IMD, and it's as you know, it's an internationally recognized organization. The cases are known all over the world, and so I think with this workshop, my experience has been that confidence of yes, I can go back and write something that's going to do justice to the institute that I'm representing here.
Okay, thank you very much for your time and also ideas. All the best for your life ventures.
Thank you so much.